Welcome back to the Cherry Pickin Fantasy Hockey Podcast. Today we're talking about some must-drop players. Drew's going to start us off here.
All right, so my first must-drop player is Martin Necas of the Carolina Hurricanes, right wing, 72% rostered. So far in the season in 10 games, he has 5 points, one of which is on the power play, to go along with 21 shots and a +3 rating. This is a guy I'm dropping because of role. Right, this is one of the best teams in the NHL, but currently only second line right wing and second power play. Minimal hits, maybe less than 1 per game. Shots are only 2 per game. That's not too much. Analytics look horrible on this guy. And Seth Jarvis, currently the third line right wing, is kind of surging. Yep. And it's a guy who could take his role on the second line. So albeit that this is the best team, Necas doesn't see the ice with Aho, Teravainen, or Svechnikov, 5-on-5 or on the power play. So I drop him in 12-team leagues, but I'd probably hold in 14 or 16-team leagues. Just because it's Carolina.
I like the pick. I don't disagree with the pick. I think a lot of people right now are wondering. It's a good pick in the sense that it's a good kind of baseline of a. I think there's 50 people who are 50% of people that kind of want to drop him. 50% kind of want to add him. But a lot of people drafted this guy. Obviously, he was drafted in 100% of leagues pretty much.
Yep.
So I think this is a great guy, and you're telling them to lean towards dropping them, which is fine, which I agree with you. It's kind of a tough drop, 72%. You might see that percentage being pretty high. I think it's the highest one we pick on the show today.
Yep.
My guys are 50, but I think I like the pick. I think that he's a guy you sort of want to hold, but I would let go of that leash. I think his role is not what we thought it was going to be.
41 points in 55 games last year, but they added some new people to the team: Jarvis, Kotkaniemi, people coming back from injury. His role is less, so yeah.
Okay,
time to drop.
All right, I got the young prodigy Alexis Lafreniere.
Maybe not a prodigy.
Yeah, well, it's not looking good. 50% roster. This percentage was really high. He's been horrendous, and he wasn't good last year. He's coming in he's been playing some game. Some games he's been 10 minutes a game.
Yeah,
he doesn't even have an opportunity to produce at a level where he actually provides value for your fantasy team. He has 4 points in 13 games to start the year. He's on line 3 now. This is just it's just a disaster.
He's on the power play.
It keeps getting worse. I don't think he just wakes up one day and he just gets this increased role. It's going to have to develop over time this year. I just think that it's time to let him go. At 50%, I was shocked. So it was a no-brainer for me. He's one of the most dropped players on Yahoo right now. If you're debating on it, make sure you drop.
There's going to be a trend on the show today, and it's players on really good teams that have a minimal role.
Yeah.
Right? The Rangers have been awesome to start the year, but if you're not even on the power play and on the third line getting 10 minutes a game, I don't care how good the team is, you're just not on the ice. You can't score fantasy points.
Yeah, I completely agree. Agree.
My second player here, Andre Burakovsky of the Colorado Avalanche, right wing, 60% rostered. And stop me if you've heard this before, maybe in the last 5 minutes or so. Second line right wing, second power play, minimal shots, minimal hits. The team's good, but he doesn't skate with McKinnon, Renton, and Landeskog. The role's just not great. Spider-Man meme, Martin Necas, and Andre Burakovsky. It doesn't matter how good the Colorado Avalanche are. Burakovsky's not on the power play. He doesn't play with the best players on the team. He doesn't help in the peripheral categories. So while the analytics do look good, you need to be on the ice. You need to be playing with other good players in order to contribute. So I think it's time to drop.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the dot there. I mean, if he was on power play 1, it changes things, right? He used to be, we saw him a little bit last year.
Again, there's that fifth player in Colorado, right?
That kind of rotates.
Yeah. The first line of Makar, right now it's Byram because Makar's hurt. Right now, and then the fifth guy, right now, JT Compher. Sometimes it's Nazem Kadri. Yeah. In the past, we have seen Burakovsky, but he's just not been there at all this year.
Yeah, and like you said, you see how the Oilers do their power play. It's Colorado has one of the best players in the NHL. Yep. That first line is not coming off the ice.
Nope.
So that second power play is not going to see time. So being on the second power play is it's just it's bottom half of the league power play too. It's just the Dallas Stars here. So I do agree with the pick. I think if he's not on the power play, struggle to see the value.
Okay. So your last player.
I'm going with apparently this guy is, well, I know he is, but he is loved in the Discord. But that's Jordan Kyrou of the St. Louis Blues, 50% roster. Drew, I don't know if he's going to defend these guys in the Discord, but everything is telling me that this guy just shouldn't be rostered in fantasy hockey right now. He averages around. He hasn't had a game over 17 minutes time on ice. And Drew knows I'm huge about time on ice. I think that reflects how good you are. Like, if the coach is playing you more, like, it means you're a good hockey player. If you're playing 15 minutes a night, it means that you're not that very good. It's just the truth of it.
I think he's good, but
8 points in his first 4 games. Everyone was scrambling to their wire to pick him up. He only has 10 points on the season in 10 games, which looks good. But if you look at it, 8 points in 4 games, he has not been very good lately. He's kind of losing that spot. Tarasenko just kind of stole that right wing second line. He is projected like playing with him right now, but I feel like Kyrou's like been like shifting around everywhere. He's got center, left wing, and right wing eligibility, which is pretty much the only good thing about him right now. St. Louis Blues are really good. I just don't think this guy is going to get that increased role. We all think that he's like, we're just praying for him to have. He's never had an average time on ice of over like 16 minutes in a year. So I don't see that role increasing, so I am going to drop him.
I couldn't disagree more, Jeremy. I think that he is one of the most talented, underrated players in the NHL. I think that this take is blasphemous to the culture and community of this show, and I think the Gentleman's Club is going to come for you with pitchforks.
I'm in the Gentleman's Club.
I know. It's going to turn on itself here. It's going to be like that scene in Shrek when they all come with the pitchforks for you because you're dropping Kyrou. I think you have to hold him. Like, his goals are all beautiful. He's a great player. They rotate their lines kind of like Dallas too. Like,
the thing is, right? St. Louis doesn't like changing things.
I think they do.
Well, did you see when Mike Hoffman went to the St. Louis Blues? They treated him like he was like a prisoner. They wouldn't let him play on the power play, even though he's been a great power play player.
Yeah, that
his
is
entire
kind of
life.
His whole role.
Jordan Kyrou, average power play time is a minute right now. So obviously they don't like him on the power play. So I think that this is just, I don't know why people are, why are we keeping him? He's never going to be averaging 18 minutes a game unless someone gets injured.
Okay. All right.
That's 4 must-drop players. Make sure you comment below if you agree. I guess fading or trailing.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and download OwnersBox.
Yes. See you guys next week.